Hello there, it's Diva with Diva's Two Cents, where we take complicated matters and we break them down for the masses. We air every Friday at 4 p.m. Central Time. So if you're looking at this or listening to this live, great. Please share it with your friends, with your family, and even your enemies, because I say even they need to hear this, okay? So please just share so that we can bring more content like this for you. Today, I am so pleased and happy to have a friend of mine on today as a guest, and I'm going to bring her on as I introduce her. Her name is Margie Dunki-Jacobs. She is the CEO funding advisor, and we're going to meet her and learn all about her today. So welcome, Margie. How are you?
I'm great. How are you doing? Thank
Good,
you for
thank
having
you.
me.
Thank
It's an honor
you.
to be here with you.
Yeah, thank you. I'm happy that you are here with me today because I have a nice audience that would like to know about who you are, what you do, and just who is Margie. Talk to me about who is Margie.
Well, I'll put it in a brief nutshell. I grew up in Ohio with a family of 7, had a great childhood, and moved to Vermont when I was 12. And then I lived in Vermont from the time I was 12 until the time I was 58. So a long time in Vermont, very, very cold. And I grew up, I went to college, and I always worked a 9 to 5. Corporate America, hospitality, academia, all the different places. I worked in legal. I ran my own businesses, flipping houses for a while. And also as a court stenographer, I went back to school. So there were a lot of things that I was doing, but there was always something missing. And I couldn't really put my finger on it. So once my girls graduated with their bachelor's degree and left Vermont, my husband and I had a big house. My mother moved in with us. We were paying for this big house. Why? And I didn't want to be cold anymore. So when my mom passed in 2017, we moved to South Carolina with a fresh start. And I realized that after I started coaching some people just kind of as friends, that this is something that fulfilled me. Maybe I could look into doing this. So I got into the coaching world. Then I got into the funding world because I needed funding to run my own business. I became a CEO partner with a very A++ Better Business Bureau rating, 7 figures funding. I'm a partner with them, and I started helping people get the money they need. I started coaching people on their business and life, and now here I am.
Oh my goodness. So when you went from that transition from working for someone and then going into the entrepreneurial realm, what doubts did you have, if any, when you did that? Like what came through you?
I had a lot of doubts because, you've done something well, you've performed well, you get the little check marks when you work and somebody gives you a performance review and you sit down and you've done your job because you're there to do your job and you do it well. So I got all like excellent check marks, doing this, attitude and everything. But now moving into a whole different space of like, well, yes, I know I can help people, but can I get paid for this? And can I make a living out of this? And can I pay my mortgage with this? And how will this work? And what if it doesn't? And you can go down the doubt and fear lane, or you can go, how can I make it work? What if it does? What do I need in my toolbox to make it work? And go that route, which is what I did.
Oh, I see. Okay, so we have a lot of people in the audience that sometimes you want to move from the corporate world into the entrepreneurial world, and you come up with what Margie is describing, the doubt and the fear. But Margie, for you, what was the one thing that helped you get clarity and a little bit more of certainty and clarity? That you were doing the right thing.
It was a mindset shift, Diva.
Yeah.
I had to shift my mind from being trained a certain way. You go to college, you get a job, you pay your bills, you retire, and then what? And that was what I knew in my life. I didn't know, like, I would travel with my husband and we would drive and I'd say, who lives in those homes up there? And not every single person there could have inherited money. So how did they acquire those properties? And I learned entrepreneurial life is about creating things that gives you an income per month that you're making per year for somebody else. So I had to start doing personal development and shift my mind. I remember it was Jim Rohn, a CD in my car, and he said, it's okay to be working on your fortune part-time while you're working on your job full-time until you're working on your fortune full-time and till you're working on your job part-time till you don't need your job anymore. And I was like, that's what I'm going to do.
So you develop a mastery in something, right? So with this mastery, this new way of thinking, rather, a new mindset, what have you been able to achieve?
Well, heck, I came down here always having just gone to my job and gone home, right? Someday I'll write a book. Someday I'll like give money to an orphanage or do something. So since I've been here in the last 5 years, I wrote my first book and published it and got it out there. And then I was in 2 anthologies, both hit bestsellers. I've written 2 books since then. My recent one is Becoming the Empowered Woman from Within. And so writing the books, I was asked to speak in New York City in front of a large group of people in New York City. And then I virtually spoke on a platform in Dubai and Paris. And there's been speaking opportunities now in Nashville that I've spoken online, on stage. And I love, love, love pouring into people. So the things that I never would have thought I've done, sure, I've been on a cover of magazines, a few magazines, and gotten some awards. None of that matters. None of that matters. What really matters is, am I someone in your life as a mentor that can help you get the results that you want? All that other stuff, fluff. But this is what matters.
Wow. Okay. So as an author myself, how can my audience get a copy of your book? And we'll put it in the chat, by the way, as whatever you mention.
Okay, well, you know what? Be one of the inaugural people in the Facebook group. It's called Becoming the Empowered Woman from Within.
Okay.
And I've given you the link so you can log in there and request to come in, and you'll get a free copy of my book at that time, which leads you to lots of free things that I'm doing, lots of webinars and seminars and other things that I'm doing. But that's where you can find it.
That's great. That's great. Now, you're empowering women today.
Yes, ma'am.
Have you had any success with any of them? I mean, what kind of successes are you monitoring, and what are they telling you that they're able to achieve?
Well, I have some pictures behind me. It's blurred out, but those are all clients that I've helped. I've had people who were just shut down, who were stuck. I had a woman that come to me who had worked for 7 years and was in a really difficult relationship with her husband, divorcing her husband, had 2 teenagers, hadn't worked, very shut down. He had taken all her friends from her, and she didn't feel she could get back out there and be considered serious. Well, after just working with her for a few months, not only did she get back out there, but she got 3 offers, almost to the point that she wanted, where she was looking for. And then I helped another young person who just graduated top of her class, but was very introverted and didn't feel like she could get the job. So we practiced, and she ended up getting over 6 figures for her first offer and has moved up since then. So those are people that I've helped in the corporate world and people that I've helped in the entrepreneurial world. We just take you to a place of being shut down, to a place of boldness and confidence. And what is it that you can do? And when you start to doubt yourself, we have another consult and we get going and we work on it until it gets done.
Oh, that sounds interesting. That sounds really, really interesting. So do you find there's one trait or one type of individual that you work with that you have greater success in? So similar to what I'm going to say. I have clients that come to me that some may have mindset, they may be stuck in mindset, or others that have the fear of public speaking, or different is there one in particular area that you find is more prevalent in the for women that come to you that need your help?
It's such a simple question. Thank you for asking it. If you're open, you're willing, and you're coachable, sky's the limit. We can do anything.
Awesome.
That's it.
Awesome. Awesome.
Open heart,
Awesome.
open mind.
Awesome. Awesome. So have you transitioned completely now from the funding to the coaching of women, or are you doing both at this time?
It'll always be side by side.
Okay.
I am a CEO partner with this Seven Figures funding, so I continue to grow with them and meet with the leaders. And because we've helped get over $1 billion out there to entrepreneurs who need it, who didn't get approved for a small business loan, or the bank said no, we say yes. I'll always have that as a part of me. But what fulfills me the most is when I see women who are really shut down, who the next time I talk to them, because of the work we've done, is now they're creating their own retreats. Now they're creating their own seminars. Now they're pulling people together, and that's what I love. So,
Oh my goodness.
yeah, I'll always do that.
Well, I hope that if you're listening, and you have two different avenues here. If you're a female and you're looking for an avenue or a way or some comfort place that you can go to, seek out Marge. As you can see, Marge, she has been helping women out there. So take a look at the links below where you can reach her, get her book, and please entertain that thought that yes you can, because yes you can. Okay? And then if you're an entrepreneur and you're looking for funding, and you're not sure, the bank has said no and whatever, just reach out to Margie because she can help you as well. So she's got both worlds. What a wonderful way to do business, Margie. Margie, I really appreciate what you're offering.
Absolutely. And we do offer 0% financing for up to 2 years. So
Wow,
it's
that's
really
wonderful.
nice.
That is
And
wonderful.
yeah.
That is really good because that's hard today, and especially in today's world,
Yes.
to get funding, especially after COVID and everything being shut down. And you have a lot of you out there that have wanted to start businesses and maybe have stopped that thought or even put that dream on a shelf because of the funding. Now's the time to take that dream off the shelf, dust it a little bit, and see if Margie can help you.
Exactly.
Is that good?
Yes.
Okay, well, listen, I know we like to keep our interviews short as a respectful of time for everyone. So to close, what is one piece of advice that you want the audience to know, and something that has changed your life and can ultimately change theirs, taking them to a whole new level? Can you share that with us?
Okay. If you have an idea, put it in place and let the momentum start. When you have a problem, the very first thing that puts you into momentum is a solution. So if you've got a problem, welcome the problem because it puts you into solution mode, which puts you into self-esteem, which puts you into confidence. So if you have an idea and you put it into momentum, it's going to just take on a life of its own. Everything is going to push towards making it come true. I just ran a retreat, a very small, intimate retreat with 14 of us. And the very first thing I had to do was just take that first action. So I say, take that first action. And it doesn't matter what anybody else says to you. This is your life. This is your path. And you get to live the life that you're here to live. So live your best life.
Oh my goodness, thank you so much. Like I always say, this is not a practice life. This is it. We have one shot at this, guys. So live like today is your very last day. So really consider taking Margie's advice. Reach out to her, and thank you so much. I can't thank you enough, Margie, for taking time out of your busy schedule. I know time is money, time is important, and time is all we have. We don't have anything else that's more precious. So thank you, Margie. I really appreciate you joining us today.
Thank you for having me. I appreciate you asking, and I'm so glad to be here and happy to support anybody who reaches out.
Okay, so take a look at the links, guys. Take a look at the links, okay? Thank you so much. This is Diva's 2 Cents. Take care.
Thank you, Diva. Record.